The political unrest in Dolton, Illinois has garnered national and local attention due to the scandal surrounding Mayor Tiffany Henyard. Henyard is well known for her contentious leadership and has come to represent escalating disputes and several court battles with dubious rulings. Her ability to avoid legal repercussions and public outcry has earned her the nickname Super Mayor of Dolton, but as tensions increase, many are wondering if her defiance of the law represents great leadership or a disrespect for the rule of law. The most recent scandal involves her appointment of Ronald Burge as interim police chief, even though Burge's certification with the Illinois Law Enforcement Training and Standards Board had expired, making him legally unqualified to carry a firearm. What initially seemed like a routine administrative decision spiraled into a legal nightmare when concerns about Burge's qualifications came to forefront. Despite numerous warnings from both the Illinois Law Enforcement Training and Standards Board in Dolton's town, trustees Henyard pressed forward with the appointment. This led to the trustees requesting a restraining order to prevent Burge from assuming the role. At first, the judge ruled in favor of the trustees, but after a heated board meeting, the decision was overturned, allowing Burge to serve for 30 days as interim chief. This reprieve did little to ease a growing tension as the trustees, supported by the Illinois Law Enforcement Training and Standard Board, continue to argue that Burge should not be permitted to serve. Due to expired certification, the controversy raised serious questions about Henyard's judgment, with critics accusing her of prioritizing political loyalty over the safety and well-being of Dolton's residents and potentially undermining the legitimacy of the town's police force. Since taking office in 2021, Henyard has faced numerous legal disputes. Personal scandals and dubious hires have seriously tarnished her reputation. Her luxurious trips, sumptuous dinners, and even a Valentine's Day event with a private DJ and selfies have been criticized as one of the most serious aspects of her leadership. These personal indulgences have reinforced claims that Henyard is out of touch with the realities of her role and is acting in a blatant disregard for Dolton's financial stability. Critics argue that Hen has prioritized power consolidation within her close group over ensuring the smooth and lawful operation of Dolton's government. Her behavior has sparked severe doubts about her capacity for effective leadership, with many wondering if her motivations are personal ambition and party allegiance rather than a sincere wish to support Dolton residents. Her dubious appointments, many of which put individuals with questionable histories in important positions of power, further add to the controversies surrounding her administration. Henyard has persistently defended her contentious choices and refused to back down in the face of mounting criticism, even as public opinion continues to turn against her. While many regard her defiance as a display of weakness that only serves to strengthen the mistrust surrounding her leadership, some of her supporters see it as a sign of resolve. Many people, including Dolton, are questioning if her tenure in office has permanently eroded the community's faith in its leadership due to her careless decision-making, personal scandals, and disregard for the town's financial stability. When she got involved in a personal legal struggle, which included a well-publicized eviction action in which she was charged with avoiding the judicial system, the tension escalated. Allegedly, Henyard and her partner, Kamal Woods, changed the locks on a rental property They were giving up from an old acquaintance, preventing the landlord from entering and doing essential repairs. Many Dolton citizens are unsure if the town can be successfully led by someone who struggles to manage their personal money and legal responsibilities. The local government in Dolton is experiencing a poisonous atmosphere of dysfunction and uncertainty as a result of the growing number of political and personal crises. The community has become even more estranged from Henyard as a result of her refusal to bow to public pressure or legal challenges, which has also given the impression that her leadership style is more concerned with gaining personal power than with meeting the needs of the community. The public's trust in Henyard's leadership skills has been further damaged by this court spectacle. Henyard has refused to back down in the face of widespread skepticism, saying that her desire to seek for a second term. Many today view her first term, in which he won more than 80% of the vote, as an unsuccessful attempt to challenge the political establishment, marked by a string of scandals involving her approval ratings, court cases, and dubious decisions descending. Whether Henyard can sustain enough support to secure another term is now the question. She has become a contentious character due to her uncompromising posture. While some view her resistance to public pressure as a sign of tenacity, others interpret it as evidence that she's more focused on retaining her position of authority than attending to the needs of Dolton citizens. Both her administration and the general people, who are fed up with the turmoil and uncertainty surrounding her leadership, are opposing her more and more as her second-term campaign heats up. Many Dolton citizens are questioning how much longer they can tolerate the political unrest brought on by Henyard's leadership in light of the growing scandals, legal troubles, and dwindling approval ratings of Sea Shadow regarding her political future. Her perseverance may not be sufficient to get her to the next election. Now, the question is whether she will be able to hold on to her power in the face of mounting resistance, or whether her disobedience in the face of legal challenges and public uproar would ultimately lead to her downfall. There are several obstacles in Mayor Tiffany Henyard's way. It is uncertain if she will be able to manage the challenging years ahead as her re-election campaign approaches. Many people in Dolton are questioning her ability to hold on to power given the town's uncertain future. Throughout her tenure, Henyard's leadership has been marred by a growing number of scandals and legal issues, and public discontent has grown. The growing pressure from her personal and professional problems has put her political future in jeopardy, and Dolton residents are wondering if she can weather the storm or if her time in office will be remembered as a time of turmoil and disillusionment. In addition to the controversy surrounding her leadership decisions, Henyard and her landlord are also involved in a personal legal battle over unpaid rent that began in August. Henyard's already shaky reputation has been further damaged by her former friend Jeanette Ed, who claims that she and her partner Kamal Woods have been inattentive to eviction warnings and have even allegedly changed the locks on rented property to avoid necessary maintenance. Henyard's duplicity as a public figure has been shown by a series of controversies, of which this eviction issue is just the latest. Her actions, according to many detractors, give the impression that she feels above accountability and demonstrate a disrespect for the law and a propensity to prioritize her own interests over the well-being of Dolton people. In the meanwhile, her leadership has been plagued with questionable bending and questionable appointments, both of which have led to As Henyard's leadership has come under more scrutiny, her personal and professional issues have gotten worse, and Dolton residents are becoming increasingly concerned about how their taxes are being used under her administration. Public discontent is rising. To make matters worse, the FBI is investigating Henyard's alleged financial misconduct, particularly in connection with her role as supervisor of Thornton Township. Federal authorities have subpoenaed documents related to the alleged theft of public funds, including dubious government contracts, exorbitant personal spending, and costly gatherings that seem more suitable for private citizens and public officials. These disclosures have only raised doubts about Hen's ability to oversee public monies and fulfill her responsibilities as mayor. Further damaging, many Dolton citizens are losing faith in Henyard's leadership as she finds herself at a crossroads due to mounting pressure from all directions, unsure if she can win back their faith or if a change in leadership is required, since every fresh scandal raises the likelihood that Henyard will stay in power. Residents of Dolton are left wondering if Henyard can get over the emotional, legal, and political chaos she has caused, or if a change in leadership is necessary as the town gets ready for the next election. Both the outcome of the Henyard re-election campaign and Dolton's future are in doubt due to the increasing pressure and growing. Tiffany Henyard's political career appears to be fading as Dolton, Illinois, continues to deteriorate. The public's anger over what is perceived as a negligent mismanagement of public funds has escalated as the municipality faces financial difficulties. Her reputation has suffered, and her political future is now in doubt due to her inability to address growing problems. The town's residents are wondering whether Henyard can regain control and their trust at this pivotal moment in its history, or whether her mounting legal issues, personal issues, and public disillusionment will ultimately lead to her collapse. The public's opinion of Henyard's financial irresponsibility has only gotten worse as a result of Dolton, Illinois, currently facing a significant budget deficit. Some vendors have even complained that they have not received payment for months of services they have previously rendered, indicating the town's severe financial problems. Significant concerns have been made regarding how a public official could be so careless with taxpayer funds in light of this rising perception of fiscal mismanagement, particularly when the town's future is on the line. It seems that Henyard leadership is more concerned with protecting herself from mounting criticism than with resolving Dolton's pressing financial issues as she becomes increasingly disengaged from the interests of the community. Money-related worries. Her refusal to respond to the public's concerns has only reinforced the perception that she is more focused on keeping her job than on resolving the town's problems. The public's frustration continues to mount as Henyard evades responsibility by criticizing political rivals instead of owning up to his displeasure. Brewing is one of the most detrimental activities among Dolton's citizens, as evidenced by Henyard's extravagant spending patterns. She reportedly spent an astounding $443,000 on Amazon in a single day on personal indulgences like shopping at Walgreens and Wayfair using public funds. This issue has raised the perception of financial irresponsibility and clouded whatever potential advantages Henyard may have had. It makes sense that residents are furious, especially given Dolton's $5 million budget deficit and the fact that their taxes were used for what many consider unnecessary. And as the town's financial situation worsens, reckless personal purchases have simply served to exacerbate resentment and annoyance rather than being utilized to solve the town's urgent needs. Public pressure is mounting as more people demand responsibility and clamor for her departure, and it is evident that her hold on power has eroded. Henyard refuses to step down in the face of mounting criticism, claiming she is the target of political attacks or is disobeying orders. This only makes people more unhappy because they are more concerned with her ability to lead effectively than they are with the town's urgent issues. Citizens are unsure whether to demand a change in leadership or give Henyard another chance, leaving Dolton at a crossroads. Henyard has remained committed to defending her behavior and causing resentment among the people she was elected to represent. She has taken a number of controversial decisions throughout her time there due to financial misconduct and personal scandals that have severely damaged her reputation. Her financial future is in jeopardy. The public's trust in IR is eroding at an alarming rate, and her once firm hold on power will continue to weaken as long as she stays in office. It's become more difficult to overlook the escalating issues under her direction. It's unknown if Dolton's citizens will call for a change in leadership that they feel is necessary for the town's future, or if Henyard will be able to weather the storm and remain mayor. Dolton's future is uncertain as a result of the public's fast eroding trust in the municipality. Under her direction, the mounting list of problems has reached a tipping point. Dolton's political future is growing more uncertain by the day, but Henyard remains in power. Henyard's leadership is gradually deteriorating, and the town is currently at a turning point. Locals are calling for answers as the financial situation deteriorates and is made worse. Under her leadership, a startling $6.5 million shortfall resulted from the town's general fund balance dropping from nearly $5 million in 2022 to only $3 million by May 2024. Henyard vehemently denied any wrongdoing during a contentious 90-minute Facebook Live discussion, saying that her detractors were using legal threats to weaken her leadership and dismissing the accusations against her as part of a broader political power grab. Her aggressive approach and refusal to take responsibility for her actions have only served to heighten public discontent and suspicion. Many residents now believe that Henyard is more focused on defending herself than on finding solutions to the town's problems as a result of the growing charges. The people is left wondering how long they will have to tolerate her leadership as the financial crisis deepens. Henyard suggested starting a podcast to explain the issue, but this idea hasn't materialized, making vague remarks to the public and being closed off. Mistrust has grown as a result of her inability to provide concrete evidence to support her claims, and many are beginning to wonder if she is truly a misunderstood leader or if her actions were self-serving and directly caused Dolton's downfall. While Henyard supported, it's becoming more and more obvious that her tenure in office is coming to an end. Dolton citizens are demanding an ERS, but her aggressive rhetoric and refusal to accept responsibility are quickly undermining her credibility and reinforcing the perception that she is apart from the community's needs. Even if the political drama surrounding her administration is far from over, it is clear that the longer she continues to shift the blame and avoid answering residents' concerns, the more unstable her position will become. Dolton is currently on the verge of financial catastrophe as a result of Henyard's refusal to confront the issues. The likelihood that Hen's political career would end in controversy and failure seems to be increasing as inquiries into her alleged embezzlement and dubious expenditures continue. Investigations into Hen's leadership have intensified as the pressure around her government grows and Dolton confronts a dire financial crisis. Her political career may come to an end as a result of this. The most pressing issue for both residents and municipal officials is the town's financial imbalance, which has increased to about $5 million. Many people blame Henyard. Financial mismanagement is the cause of the town's deteriorating financial situation, asserting that one of the main causes of Dolton's instability is her incapacity to manage the worsening financial crisis. The locals firmly feel that Henyard is more focused on maintaining her image than on finding solutions to the problems the community is facing. Henyard and her partner Kamal Woods are facing eviction from their Dolton rental home due to unpaid rent, which has caused a serious rift between her and the renters in addition to the financial problem. This strengthens the notion that Henyard can't manage her personal and professional responsibilities. The town's finances are gradually getting worse, and many people are beginning to doubt Henyard's capacity to govern as public confidence in her keeps declining. They feel that Henyard's bad leadership has been a major factor in the town's financial downfall, yet both authorities and locals are demanding accountability. The perception that this person's leadership is characterized by carelessness and a lack of accountability in both her personal and town management life has only been strengthened by her legal troubles. Henyard has further alienated the public and damaged any remaining faith in her by refusing to accept accountability for Dolton's financial instability and poor management. She has persisted in assigning blame and presenting herself as the victim of a political conspiracy to unseat her leadership. In spite of this growing pressure, the likelihood that Henyard will be able to salvage her political career, let alone lead the town through its persistent financial troubles, seems to be dwindling with each passing day. Numerous court cases, personal scandals, and her poor financial management of Dolton have severely damaged her reputation. Many locals are forced to deal with the consequences of Hen's leadership, which has come to symbolize instability and disorder, while the town's financial situation deteriorates. The town is in disarray as a result of the growing amount of evidence against her, which includes dubious financial choices and continuous personal legal troubles. Dolton's condition has reached a breaking point, and as public dissatisfaction increases, it appears less and less probable that things will improve. As the public grows increasingly dissatisfied and disenchanted with her leadership, the stakes are higher than ever. Many have questioned Henyard's capacity to live up to the expectations set for her because of her tenure's mismanagement, lack of responsibility, and personal controversies. The question at hand is whether Henyard is actually the victim of a political conspiracy, as she alleges, or if she is mostly to blame for the volatility and turmoil that continue to arise under G. Dolton's leadership. With every new revelation, the likelihood that Henyard will be able to rebuild public confidence and lead Dolton out of his financial crisis appears to be dwindling, leaving the people of Dolton at a crossroads, unsure of their town's future and the leadership that has let them down. They are left wondering whether Henyard's tenure in office will be remembered as a failure, or if she can somehow salvage what is left of her reputation and the town's future. Thank you for viewing, and please subscribe to my channel for additional updates. Celebrity insider